Hey guys, welcome back to Forget Me Not History Dive. I'm Caleb, and today we are in Effingham County, Georgia. We're in a cemetery that was established in 1823. So as you can imagine, there are some headstones out here that are really old. I'm going to take y'all for a tour and show you a bunch of the headstones and, just take this time to remember these people. We're outside of Guyton, Georgia, and Guyton, Georgia was originally called Whitesville. It was named after a man named Zachariah White, who owned a tremendous amount of land in the area. He was one of the first landowners in the area. After his death, the state actually took back all of his land and then redistributed from there. It wasn't named Guyton until later on down the road when it was established as a railroad town. It was a part of the Central Georgia Railroad that went all the way from Savannah to Macon, Georgia. Um, and during that time, its name was changed to Guyton, which was in honor of a man named Archibald Guyton, who was an extremely prominent citizen in the area of that time. So yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoy this video, and let's see what we can find. This is to a Reverend S.A. Edwards Sr., and he was born February 27th, 1813, and died May 22nd, 1872. And it says, "Blessed are the dead that die in the Lord. From henceforth, yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their words do follow them." Or works, sorry, it says works do follow them. I love the embroidery of the leaves up at the top. That's neat looking. This stone is in really good shape for the age. I would assume that it was placed here around 1872. And then next door we have a Robert S. Edwards, who died October 15th, 1878, age 43 or 33 years. "There is not a wind but whisper of thy name." I like that. And at the top we have this, "Our brother." These headstones are both in great shape, which I've noticed that out here. There's some graves that are unmarked. There's actually quite a few. There's a few of the headstones that really can't be read at this point, but the majority of them are in really good shape. Here we have a Miss E. Hurst. She died November 25th, 1860, aged 45 years. And we have a little girl, Joanne E. Hurst. She died October 8th, 1856. She was 8 years old. Wow. So young. And then a William S. Hurst, who died May 13th, 1854, aged 20 years old. Also young. And a Theo Hurst, died August 21st, 1851, 9 years old. I would assume that these were all family members. Here we have a Maria S., wife of Robert L. Bryan, born December 26, 1886, and died January 1st, 1914. And the epitaph says, Lord, into my trust, Lord, I put my trust in thee. This headstone more than likely has been cleaned and kept up very well. It looks very good for its age. This is not a extremely large cemetery. I would say there's maybe 100 graves out here. And like I said, many of the memorials out here are not marked. We have some, as you can see up there, that are just wood stones. Maybe they had a name on them at some point, not sure. This is actually concrete that has been etched into. This is not the original, that's for sure. It says, sacred to the memory of Edward J. Bennett, born August 14th, 1846, and died June 10th, 1880. And the epitaph says, away from ideas of earthly mould, interrupted, we gaze above and lounge to be there. Long, sorry. I don't know what that is. Long to be there. The arms to enhold whom we have seen and loved. I'm sure y'all can see it on the camera better than I can, but in person it's very difficult to read. The concrete's worn away so much in certain spots. Here we have a memorial. It says, in memory of our mother Mary Catherine Gahn, wife of John Wilkins, born June 5th, 1816, died October 12th, 1905. And the epitaph says, these were her last words of O glorious day, O blessed hope, my soul leads forward at the thought when on that happy day, happy land will no more take the parting hand. Sorry guys, I butchered that. Can't speak today. Let's reread that. It is much harder in person. Some of these, I should have brought my flashlight, but I didn't. It says, these were her last words. O glorious day, O blessed hope, my soul leaps forward at the thought when on that happy land will no more take the parting hand. That is beautiful. It says these were her last words. That's a very cool headstone to have someone's last words inscribed on it. And then this, her husband, my husband, John Wilkins, died December 8th, 1886, age 78 years old. The epitaph says, "Rest, dear father, rest in peace." And then, of course, I had to get a little bit closer. The death, or the age, 78 years, 8 months, and 13 days. Well, I tell you, that coastal wind is really kicking out here today. We're not on the coast, but we're close to the coast. So yeah, before visiting this cemetery, I actually did my own history dive. Can you believe that? At my local library and online. And regrettably, signs hanging everywhere, I found very little. So if anyone watching this happens to know anything about the old Providence Cemetery in Effingham County outside of Guyton, Georgia, it was established in 1823. I would love for y'all to let me know down in the comments because I want to learn more about this cemetery. And like I said, I've searched and searched and searched, and I have found very little. I know there's something out there. I just haven't come across the right resource yet. So anyways, let's continue exploring around. Here we have a Charles S. Wilkins, born October 18th, 1840, and died August 17th, 1864. And it says, "Gone but not forgotten. We will meet again." And then right below it, we see that he was actually a Confederate soldier. It says, "In memory of Charles Wilkins, Private Company I-54, Georgia Volunteer Infantry, Confederate States Army." Of course, there's a different birth date on this one. It says October 18th, 1804, and died August 17th, 1864. And then up here we have October 18th, 1840. That's a pretty big age difference. So I'm not sure which one is correct. More than likely, this is a newer stone. This was actually the way this headstone is done is more in tune with that time period around the time he died. So I'm thinking that this 40 right here is probably the misprint or misetching. And then down here we have the 1804, which is correct, which means he was what, 60 years old when he died. Um, and he died August 17th, 1864. So that gives me reason to believe that he died probably in battle, or as many people from that era died, not necessarily from a gunshot. It could have been a disease. At that time period, diseases were running rampant among the Union soldiers and the Confederate soldiers. But anyways, this is the memorial of Charles S. Wilkinson, Private Company I-54, Georgia Volunteer Infantry, Confederate States of America. Then next door to Charles, we have a Eugenia A. Wilkins, born August 24th, 1853, and died February 22nd, 1862. And the epitaph says, "God loves a shining march." This is a unique headstone. I've never seen this before. There's an etched hand with a finger pointing up towards heaven. It says our brother, Theodus M. Wilkins, died March 19th, 1885, 49 years of age. Says though, the epitaph says, though lost to sight, to memory dear. And here we have the three memorials of unknown individuals. Just some wood headstones that were placed at some point. They look like they've been here for quite a while. I'm assuming this little spot right here is a family. I'm not sure. That is an assumption. But it looks like we have two adults here. There's no headstone or footstone. Just these little concrete miniature fences around each memorial. This one's half the size of the other, so more than likely that's a child. And in that same plot, we have a John W. Height, born September 17th, 1851, and died May 7th, 1930. And more than likely his wife, Margaret L. Height, November 27th, 1862, January 5th, 1933. As you can see, they're all in a single line here, so I would imagine that's a family. This is neat right here. It's all covered up, but it's old brick that's been mortared with concrete. It's getting to the point now to where it's about covered up. And then, of course, the memorial next to it says William Spear, born January 19th, 1828, and died November 16th, 1912. And then a Julia A. Spear, June 20th, 1830, died August 1st, 1906, at rest. Here we have a Lucy Futrell, born September 18th, 1848, and died November 10th, 1887. Here we have the memorial of Leila Taylor, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph D. Taylor. She was born March 21st, 1912, and died August 22nd, 1915. Wow, she was just a couple of years old. I have not found a Joseph D. Taylor or Miss Taylor in this cemetery. I would assume, I guess, that their daughter was buried here, and then afterwards they were buried at a different cemetery, probably somewhere in this area. This is a really beautiful stone right here. The different colors and etchings. And it is to a William Sheffield, born September 17th, 1836, and died April 17th, 1900, at rest. And the epitaph, I cannot read that. Here we have the memorial to David Spear, born August 13th, 1832, and died April 6th, 1908. Here's the memorials to some more portrayals. I would imagine the portrayal that we just seen back there is kin somehow. We have a Redrick portrayal, born 1813, died 1893, and Elizabeth Geiger, 1827, 1827 to 1877, and children Amanda, Robert, Tacky, and Joseph. It looks like we have what 6 individuals buried in this single plot right here. There are no footstones or any other sort of markers. Here we have a memorial to Thomas Peavy, Man Peavy, and Harley Peavy. I don't see any kind of death or birth dates, but we do have a son, which I'm assuming is the Thomas Peavy, and then father, Man Peavy, and another son, Harley Peavy. Once upon a time, it looks like there were some big trees out here in this cemetery. There's quite a few stumps around. There's not really any big ones out here now. It's mainly just all smaller growth. I'll just kind of give you a panoramic view of the cemetery. It's a very quiet, beautiful spring day out here. The weather's perfect. Here we have another portrayal, a William J. portrayal, born June 14th, 1856, died March 20th, 1903. Here we have a memorial in memory of Oscar A. Futrell, born October 20th, 1875, and died September 17th, 1896. And the epitaph says, "Alas, we mourn, not as those who have no hope." And Ira C. Futrell, born February 15th, 1873, and died June 6th, 1903. See if I can clean this dirt off. Well, we can read the epitaph here. As I am now, so you will be. Prepare for death and come to me. As I am now, so you will be. Prepare for death and come to me. the ever reminder that death approaches us all. There's one thing we all have in common. It's that. See, we got two more memorials over here, guys, that we have not seen. Both of these stones are cracked. This memorial is to Robert W. Toulis, died March 26, 1922, age 78 years. And then I would assume this is his wife, Rebecca Toulis, 1816, died 1896, age 80. Here's a mound right here. There is no headstone or footstone or any sort of marker. The brick looks very old, and it looks like that it was probably brick, I would imagine, that was local and made from clay in this area. Well, that's it for today, folks. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. If you happen to know any of the history related to Old Providence Cemetery here in Effingham County, or perhaps some of the history of the individuals buried out here, please let me know. I would love to learn more. This is just as much my experience of learning and adventure as it is for you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to share it with your friends and family. And until next time, y'all keep learning and keep adventuring. I'll see you again in a few weeks. Thank y'all.